This is Channel 5 News in the headlines. Amendments to the House of Assembly Elections Act to go to Parliament soon. Technological upgrades in Dominica's voting system for next general elections. And police investigate a suspected unlawful homicide of a Ghanaian man. I am Idona John Baptist with the Channel 5 News. Details after this. Welcome back. First up, the Dominica Business Forum is taking proactive steps to help revitalize the private sector industry as it partners with a regional body. The DBF has collaborated with the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica to have its Chief Executive Officer Dennis Chong meet with DBF members, government, and the parliamentary opposition to develop a report on how to move the sector forward.
We believe that based on the experience that they have in Jamaica, he will be able to guide us as to how best the private sector in Dominica can survive. And the PSOJ in Jamaica is in fact one of the most successful private sector organizations within the Caribbean, if not in the third world. And they started way back in 1976. And the private sector organization in Jamaica is in fact a force to be reckoned with within the Jamaican economy.
The move to collaborate with the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica follows a meeting on 10th February between the DBF and the government on the state of the private sector.
There is a high level of discontent, Persons are complaining of the lack of profitability. We're talking about if we maybe just do a quick rerun, a reflection on the number of private sector companies that have actually closed down over the years. Those that are they're stagnant, and we are seeing very little growth in terms of private sector the private sector in Dominica, these private sector entities. This is basically what we are hoping that we can get the local private sector back on its feet.
Several believes it is high time for Dominica's private sector to put itself in order to deal with the impending impact of various international developments.
The CEO of Caribbean Export and has actually made an appeal to the Caribbean private sector to get their acts together for the impending Brexit, the situation that's actually going to happen with the European Union, Brexit, and the United Kingdom, and also the renewal or the expiration of the Cotonou Agreement.
PSOJ's CEO will be on island from 13th to 15th of June. In more top stories, when Parliament convenes on Tuesday, Prime Minister Skerrit will introduce two bills seeking to set new guidelines for conducting general elections. These are in respect to amendments to the House of Assembly Elections Act 2017 and amendments to the Registration of Electors Act 2017. The proposed amended bill to the Elections Act includes new sections, including one stating that transportation or facilitation of transportation is not an offense unless done with the intention to corruptly induce an elector to vote for a particular candidate for whom or party for which the elector would not otherwise vote. Another addition defines lawful expenses incurred in good faith at or on calling an election. Some of these lawful expenses as defined by the proposed law are payment of agents, clerks, canvassers, and messengers of candidates, payments made for use of any premises for a public meeting, and payments made in respect of postage, printing, advertising material, and distribution of advertising material. Section 35 of the Act is repealed and replaced with procedures for use of national identification cards. That clause also specifies conditions by which a voter would be allowed to vote, even if he is unable to present a national identification card. An amendment also makes provision for election observers at polling stations, something the existing act does not address. One of the new insertions to the amended Registration of Electors Act is a clause empowering the Chief Registering Officer, the Registering Officer, or Assistant Registering Officer for a polling district to investigate whether a person whose name appears in any register of electors or was known to reside in a particular polling station is still alive. In related news, new voting technology is in the pipeline as the Electoral Office plans for the next general elections constitutionally due in 2020. Chief Elections Officer Stephen Larrock says new equipment will facilitate the confirmation of voters on the electors list. Larrock made the announcement while speaking to Cecil Joseph on DBS's Talking Point on Thursday.
We have purchased equipment, and one of them is a mobile enrollment kit, which we are going to use both locally and to go out to get the persons who are on the list to be confirmed once they have met the requirements of the election laws.
Larrock says the plan is to also travel overseas to locations where Dominicans can use this technology to confirm their registration to vote.
The Commission has taken the decision to select cities where we have a high population of Dominicans. We have looked at where the Dominica has, for instance, missions. We're going to use those missions as a enrollment center.
So you're saying that if you live in Germany, you can get yourself across to England.
To England,
if you have
a mission.
If you have a mission in England,
yes,
to get yourself registered.
Yes. Additionally, if you have overseas nationals who are visiting, they can always come into the office and do the confirmation.
Mobile checkpoint units will also be installed on polling day.
If you are on the electors list and you are enrolled for an ID card, but you don't have the card with you, we have also made provisions for on polling day. We're going to have what you call mobile checkpoint units, where just by putting your fingerprint, you can verify that who you are, and you can go ahead and vote.
The first of its kind community tourism pocket map has officially been launched to the public. This as the Dominica Community Tourism Association continues on its mandate to develop community tourism around the island. The Discover Dominica Authority was also a key player in the development of the map.
We actually went to them and told them that the map was one of the things we think that would really assist in pushing us forward, in getting persons to know what we're about. This map really speaks to all of what community tourism is about. And whenever someone takes that map, they would have something throughout the year, in every community in Dominica.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism applauded the association for their hard work despite the obstacles and said government will continue to help in the development of the community tourism sector through the provision of over $200,000 to the DCTAI.
So in light of these issues that had been faced and the continued advocacy of the association, the Ministry of Tourism allocated $230,000 of this year's budget to assist the association with the objectives that are outlined in the Tourism Master Plan. We would like to encourage all of the community groups to join and work through this body, which will ensure that communication can be streamlined and all associations can benefit from the support provided by the government.
Prevo pointed out that the government has already lent significant support to the development of community tourism around the island.
The government of Dominica has supported over 15 communities and projects at a cost of $504,614 to date. And that is to date, because we do have a budgetary allocation of over $700,000 for community tourism. There are some projects that are completed, some that are in progress, and some which will be completed by the end of the financial year.
This month is being observed as Tourism Awareness Month with the tagline, "Tourism is everybody's business. Let's play our part." You're watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, the latest on the construction works of the new National Hospital. Stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. Construction of Phase 1 of the new National Hospital project is expected to be completed by the end of 2017, despite delays affecting it.
The groundbreaking for the project took place in August 2016, and the completion of Phase 1 is expected to see the construction of an accident and emergency building, various wards for specialized medical care, accommodation for medical personnel, and an administration center. However, the main contractor, Union Construction Engineering Group Corporation, is dealing with construction-related challenges, including lack of cement on 5 occasions, insufficient storage space for material, an unpaid $230,000 VAT refund, among other lingering issues. Speaking prior to a tour of the project by members of Cabinet, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit called for an urgent meeting of the hospital's management to iron out the issues faced by the Chinese contractors.
Because some of the issues, they really should not be postponed, because they are in fact assisting in the delay of the project. So where we have control over the matters, we should address them, because the matters that have been pointed out are not impossible matters, but we need to address them, and there should be a meeting this afternoon at 2:30 to discuss these outstanding matters and to have them addressed. But I really want to thank the Chinese government, great friends of Dominica, for this assistance. This is a major project for us, a project that will benefit every single Dominican.
Chinese Ambassador His Excellency Lu Kun remained optimistic that the project will be able to get over its challenges.
I think these difficulties can overcome, and the cooperation between two sides will be strengthened, and to push forward this project, move on. I think this project is very important to Dominica, as well as to the Chinese government. I hope this project will be a very, very important symbol of the friendship between China and Dominica. So I wish in the future, even there's some difficulties and problems, both sides, we should take most efforts to solve the problems.
Moving forward, the contractors said that interior decoration work on the emergency and medical technology building is expected to take place over the next 6 months. The entire project costs $109 million and is made possible through a grant from the People's Republic of China. 93 Dominicans are engaged in the construction of the project.
Thanks to Andrea Louis for that story. In other news, the Joint Consultative Committee on the Construction Sector says its issue has never been with the Barbadian contractor of the Rosa West Bridge project, as it pursues a matter challenging the awarding of contracts for the project. This is the first time government is being legally challenged on a procurement case of this nature.
The bridge actually was not the end of the matter. The bridge can be finished. It is finished. It's supposed to have been finished. We have no issue with the bridge itself. Our issue have never been with this contractor or any contractor for that matter. Our issue has been the method that the government adopted in the procurement of this job. And we continue to have a serious issue about the government action in terms of public procurement.
The court matter is at the first stage of judicial review, as chairman of the Joint Consultative Committee on the Construction Sector says they await a judgment on the way forward since December 2016.
That it's unfortunate that when a matter comes in for judicial review of government action and a citizen challenges it, that is unfortunate that it takes so long to not only to get a hearing but to get a judgment and to move the second stage. But we have no control over that. We have to wait and abide by the decision of the court, and if we're not satisfied, decide whether we move further. Last time it was heard in October, and then both parties had to give written submission to the judge by the 2nd of December. So to my knowledge, that was done on time, and there was no rebuttal to that. So the judge has had the documents from the 2nd of December.
On to police news now. An injured man found lying on riverbank who succumbed to his injuries has been identified as Flavian Bellot of Gallio. Police PRO Acting Inspector Pelham John Baptist says police are treating this as a suspected unlawful homicide. The incident took place about 4 a.m. on Thursday.
The police responded to information which led to the discovery of an injured Flavian Bellot, male adult of Galion. Bellot was met in a semi-conscious state on a riverbank in Roseau in the vicinity of Savelot Supermarket. He had sustained multiple wounds to his head and face. Flavian Bellot was transported to the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he was medically examined but soon after succumbed to his injuries. A coroner's inquest will be convened. Investigations are ongoing.
Approximately $1 million will be channeled towards the community of Good Hope for numerous development projects there. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit made the announcement when addressing a town hall meeting in Good Hope on Wednesday. The chunk of the money will go towards home repairs for those in need.
I have received a list for home repairs in Good Hope, and the total cost of these home repairs is about $785,000. That would include material costs and also labor costs. Out of the $785,000, I am committing tonight to make available to you, the residents of Good Hope, immediately $400,000 to go to home repairs for Good Hope. And I give you the assurance that after the passage of the 2017-2018 budget, the balance will be made available to you to complete the $785,000.
Small business development is not to be forgotten, as a significant sum will go towards that sector and to Good Hope farmers.
The farmers of Good Hope are hardworking people. You know, man as well as woman. Working hard, climbing these mountain tops, your back against the sun, very hardworking people. And we have to help you, the farmers of Good Hope. And so I'm committing to you, the community of Good Hope, $200,000 for small business development, but I want from that $200,000, $100,000 to go to the farmers of Good Hope.
Prime Minister said the government sanitation program is also well underway in Good Hope. That's news. Before I go over to Kenny Williams, we can tell you that Billy Doctrove has been voted in president of the Dominica Olympic Committee, replacing Felix Wilson. Doctrove won Thursday's evening's elections by 3 votes. Kenny will have more in a subsequent sportscast. We now go over to him for more sports highlights.
On the cricket scene, coach for the Dominican squad competing in the Windward Islands cricket tournament, Mervyn Thomas, is confident that the local team can produce quality cricket in the competition. His comments ahead of the 2017 Windward Islands Senior Men's Tournament carded for Dominica.
Pretty ready, exactly where we want to be at this point in time in terms of preparation for the competition coming up and starting on Saturday. We would have done a lot of work in the middle, of course incorporating fitness work as we did because we didn't have much time to really do any fitness, or work specific to that. So what I did basically was to, rope in some fitness work into the mid-pitch work that we did. We have quite a few guys who would have played professionally, being part of the Volcano setup, and that really augurs well for our team. But generally, very well balanced, setup, and I wouldn't expect less, but to see the guys really do well for themselves first. Of course, their contracts in terms of the Volcano setup. So the tournament in itself is critical to that, as it's been held just before the draft, the regional draft.
The squad reads Liam Sebastian, captain; Tyrone Theofield, Jelani Robinson, vice captain; Kavim Hodge, Gian Benjamin, wicket keeper; Mervyn Matthew, Kershaski John Luis, Vincent Luis, Taj Tavernier, Gillon Tyson, Lee Louisi, Alvinson Jolly, Courtney Anselm, and Alec Athanaz. Dominica will play in round 1 of the tournament against Grenada at Winter Park, while St. Vincent and the Grenadines will take on St. Lucia at Benjamin's Park. Both matches begin on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Meantime, Vice President of WICB is calling on all Dominicans to support the Windward Islands tournament while it's being played here. He says it is important for locals to come out to the games as the WICB seeks to rebuild West Indies cricket.
So the Windward Senior Tournament taking place in Dominica starting this weekend. The teams come in this weekend, coming on Friday, and we ask the public to go out and support. Of course, there are a number of young, talented Dominican players. We had the young 4 Dominicans making it onto the West Indies at youth level last year. We have people like Kavim Hodge who will be coming in for the tournament. Young Gian Benjamin, who is at UE, is back here for the tournament. A number of our top players will be out here. People like young Ambrose, who performed so well during the last first-class season, will be here to represent to represent St. Vincent this weekend. So go out and give support to the team, give support to the guys as we continue to build together what would be a formidable West Indies cricket.
On to football, Dominica played to a 2-all draw with Guadeloupe in a friendly match on Wednesday on French soil. The host team opened the scoring in the 20th minute of play with Julian Wade equalizing from the penalty spot in the 57th minute, then again in the 67th minute. Guadeloupe equalized from the penalty spot in the 95th minute of play. Meantime, national football coach Rajesh Lachu says Wednesday's game helped put things into perspective as the team strives to make further improvements.
But there was a genuine effort by the players to apply the things that they have learned tactically. It's just for us now to get faster and better at it. We were a little bit flat in the first half because of those little players were anxious. There were plenty of anxiety amongst the young guys. The older players, you could have seen the experience in them. They used it well. In the second half, we were able now to give more effort and be more aggressive to the ball, and as a result we went 2-1 up. But in the last minute of the game, the inexperience showed it head, and there we conceded and the game was 2-all. But I must commend the effort of the players towards trying to achieve what we want to do tactically. We just need to do it now faster and over and over and over. So it was good that the DFA gave us this game against Guadeloupe. It was very, very important. And now we look forward to more games so that we could build the team and get them ready for that CONCACAF Cup of Nations.
Next up, there were wins for Intellico Security Raiders and Hurricanes in action from the 2017 Flow DABA League on Wednesday. In Game 1, Hurricanes erupted with a 27-point lead to win their match against Massey United Insurance Sharks 65-38. Jerry Wright had a game high of 30 for Hurricanes, while Alden Pierre chipped in with 8. For Sharks, Star Solomon added 20 points, while Jason Samuel supported with 7. In the other match, Intellico Security Raiders defeated E.H. Charles Crossovers 67-59. Meantime, the league continues with 2 games on Friday night. At 7, Detroit Blazers 2 will come up against Digital Clouds, while at 9, Flow X-Men will take on Police Sports Club. Both matches are carded for the Massac Hardcourt. Back with more cricket, a solid 100 not out, coupled with an 87, helped put Cornells in a dominant position to defeat Trafalgar by 184 runs as action continued in the Big Edge Gifford Tusa Softball Cricket League recently. Cornells won the toss and elected to bat first, posting 272 for 5. Gregory Anselm top scored with 100 not out, while Russell Monroe added 87 and Caleb John Finn 21. Set an unlikely target of 273 for victory, Trafalgar was bowled out for 88, with the highest scoring batsman from their team in that match being Bernardino George's 55. Steve Williams picked up 3 for 11 and Jerry Henderson 3 for 32. Meantime, Ray Charles Wolf Security Point Michelle won by default over Maho United since Maho couldn't field a team. That's all the sports for now. I am Kenny Williams. I'll see you in the next one.
Stay tuned for your weather forecast.
Good evening. Welcome to the weather report and forecast. I am Viola Pascal. The infrared satellite imagery continues to show some multi-layered clouds mainly across the northern Caribbean. Some cirriform clouds are now moving into the Lesser Antilles in that general northwesterly upper level flow. The visible satellite imagery is showing that Dominica experienced partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy conditions during today, with a line of clouds lingering to the east of the island. The radar image indicated isolated shower activity across the island chain during today. For tonight, expect partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy skies with a few scattered showers. For tomorrow, expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers, mainly during the afternoon period. For the marine forecast, seas are expected to be moderate, with waves peaking near 7 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers should exercise caution. Over the next 3 days, the high pressure system is expected to weaken. Some scattered showers expected during the afternoon on Friday, and shower activity mainly during the morning on Saturday, and a few scattered showers on Sunday. Across the Caribbean, expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a few scattered showers. For the international cities forecast, expect clear skies in New York and Beijing, partly cloudy skies in Miami and Caracas, and overcast skies with some showers in London. The sun will rise at 5:35 a.m. and set at 6:29 p.m. For further information, call the weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit the website at weather.gov.dm. Thanks for viewing. Do have a good evening.
To end the news, the headlines again. Amendments to the House of Assembly Elections Act to go to Parliament soon. Technological upgrades in Dominica's voting system for next general elections. And police investigate a suspected unlawful homicide of a Galion man. Feel free to contact us at news@MarpinNews18thMay2k17. You can also watch our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Idona John Baptist. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.